Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to go over the best recipes to do to get purple scripts for your books, materia, whatever you need in preparation for patch 7.3. Now despite the fact that 7.3 ain't going to be until like August, we still are going to need a crap ton of materia because we get a new crafter set. This is going to be the left side, tools, and also the accessories. So you're going to need a lot of materia, unless you're going for the cosmic tools, which is coming out next Tuesday up until whatever it ends, mostly in the 0.5 patch. You guys can ultimately skip your main hand, but the offhand, you're going to be needing to melt it if you're going to be going that route. Okay, so these are going to be subjective. Everyone's going to have their different recipes that they're going to do, but these are the ones that I recommend doing either from Dawn Trail and or Endwalker. Alright, so the first one is going to be from Culinarian. This is going to be for Endwalker. A lot of people will do the rarefied Sucon Bavarois because it's the easiest one and it's the highest one in Dawn Trail, but you have to be at level 100 to use the Trained Eye ability. The other ones I recommend are the rarefied Giant Potato Pancakes or the Happiness Juice, since most of these are gatherables and the Plum Sugar is craftable. So those are the ones that I recommend from Endwalker. As for Dawn Trail, the only one that I recommend is the rarefied stuffed peppers because this is the highest one that you guys can do. The only problem is the alpaca fillet is to either buy colored gemstones, your retainer, or killing the mobs outright. Everything else is gatherable, and these two here are craftable items, which you get 3 per synthesis. So that's going to be my recommendations for Culinarian. Next is going to be Alchemist. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do monster drops for these as well, because in Endwalker, the rarefied draft requires sap, the ink requires scales, and even the moon gel requires 2. So if you're going to be doing Alchemist, I would go with the draft because these 2 are gatherable, and then again you can have your retainer, do fates, or kill the mobs to get the saps outright. As for Dawn Trail, unfortunately, the rarefied Tucson requires monster drops. The Vitality also requires them, but also requires Sanctified Water, which requires monster drops as well. So if you're going to be doing Alchemist, I would either go with the Gem Sap of Dexterity or the Tucson. They both require monster drops, so there you go. And of course, these 2 are gatherable as well. And that'll basically take care of water and lightning, while Culinarian takes care of water and fire. Now as for Weaver, unfortunately, I'm only going to recommend the level 90 or level 89 bottoms for that because you just need 1 leather, and these 2 here can be crafted with the prerequisite materials, which are gatherable. So that's pretty much going to be the easiest one. Anything in Dawn Trail requires 2 to 3 materials or even 4 to 5, so I honestly would just recommend doing level 89 in Endwalker for your Weaver. That's only if you have Weaver available to you and nothing else. And that will take care of your lightning and the wind crystals. Now for Leatherworker, and boy did you guys get the low end of the totem pole here. Leatherworker has probably one of the worst items to do for scripts because they usually have either 1 or 2 monster drops that you need to make. So if I had to recommend something from Dawn Trail, I would have to go with level 91 or 93. The Silver Lobo hide and the Crocodile hide actually drop pretty decently, so I would go with those 2. The other material is from Weaver, and those are basically gather them and then craft the cloth, easy peasy. For Endwalker, almost everything requires 2 leathers, so I definitely would not recommend really anything, maybe the level 91. Other than that, Leatherworker sucks really bad, but that is going to take care of your earth and wind crystals. Next is going to be Goldsmith. Now for Dawn Trail, I recommend the rarefied white gold choker at level 97. These materials here are pure gatherable ones, so there's really not much to worry about there. Just gather them with your miner, craft the materials, and go to town with the white choker. Now in Endwalker, I would recommend the level 85 because again these are craftable. You can buy the zinc, and you can also buy the tin from a vendor to make your job a little bit easier, and just gather the other materials with your miner. Easy peasy with that. Goldsmith has it easy, and that'll also take care of your fire and wind crystals. Armorer, you kind of have it easy because you get to do the fry pans. So level 85 in Endwalker, you have the bismuth fat cat fry pan, so the red pine lumber and the bismuth ingots, again, buy the tin, gather the bismuth ore and you're all good to go. As for Dawn Trail, you guys can do the level 95 Cobalt Chocobo Fry Pan, or you guys can do the Sabatons as my go-to for these. The pink barrel here unfortunately requires the Enite Whetstone, which is going to cost you more wind shards or crystals to make those, so that's the downside of doing the ones from Dawn Trail. As for the Sabatons, the same thing goes for these items here, requires the Enite Whetstone. So either or works, but I generally would go with the fry pan from Endwalker. A little bit easier to do, and that also will take care of your ice and earth crystals. Next is your blacksmith. So for Endwalker, I would recommend doing the rarefied rock Kaznar War Scythe. The Black Star unfortunately requires magnesia whetstones to make, but the Kaznar ingots themselves require the magnesia powder to make. So you're going to be gathering a lot of magnesia powder for the Black Star and the raw Kaznar ingots. As for Endwalker, I believe the best one that I can recommend is going to be level 90, but you are going to need the whetstone to make the store quartz. The other two are just gather and craft those, but that is going to be my recommendation for you blacksmiths. And last but not least, for you carpenters. So for Endwalker, I would do the rarefied integral armorlay. Easiest one to do. Doesn't require much of anything besides gather the materials and craft. And then for Dawn Trail, I would go with the level 91 ginseng earrings because these are just gatherable items and craft them the way they are. Everything else requires something that's more of a pain in the butt to make, while this one is just gather the materials, make the item, and there you go. And that'll take care of your wind and ice. So the reason why I recommend all of these, because you are splitting the workload to all your crystals instead of worrying about just one. And obviously if only some people have certain jobs available, I have to make sure that I cover everybody. Okay, so now we're going to go into the rotation for the ones from Endwalker and the ones that are current, so you guys have something to work with. And now for the rotation for at least the Endwalker ones. This one's pretty easy, just do Trained Eye, Generation, and Groundwork. That's simple enough for that. And then if you're going to do the ones that I recommend, the level 99 ones, I actually have a macro that I made myself. So you guys can use this one here. It's a 15 button macro. And it works with the Innovators set as well. So if you have the Everseeker fully melted or the Innovators script set, it works for both. No goods or excellence are required, luckily. And there you go. And you can use that for any recipe for purple scripts in Dawn Trail, since it does the progress last. So those are my recommendations to do to get purple scripts, because you're going to be needing these master recipe books going into 7.3 to get the new gear. So if you're a fresh level 100 crafter and need materia and those books, these are what I recommend. Or if you're going for your mentorship for a crafter, this is also how you do it. Or if you're going for materia to stock up on for 7.3. We don't know what cosmic exploration is going to entail, if they're going to give us materia or not, so use this as a backup. And because you have all of the 8 jobs at your disposal, you have all 8 or 6 crystals that you guys can use, so you don't focus on one. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. If not, I will see you guys in Cosmic Exploration. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.